I have been into cars since I can remember. I used to play with my Barbies and steal my brother's Hot Wheels. And from then, from like 5 years old, it grew, and it grew into Porsche Hot Wheels. I was driven to Porsche. As a little girl, I was noticing the silhouettes of a Porsche Hot Wheels, and I was so intrigued by it. I've been in the vintage Porsche world for about 15 years, and that grew into an extreme Porsche passion. And noticing the silhouettes of the Porsches was just like, there was like nothing else. There was nothing like the 911. It's amazing to see how they've stayed so much true to the early Porsches. There's an evolution, however, they still resemble the early Porsches. My friend 15 years ago got a 68 912 and built it into an Outlaw, and that was amazing. That was just like to see this and to see the real shifting, you know, versus like a newer Porsche. Everyone tells me when I talk about Porsche, my eyes light up, and it's just, there was something about Porsche that moved me. My name is Carrie Smoljanovich, and I'm a fashion buyer, and today I will be driving a 991. It is a chalk-colored 911S. It's a 2018, and it is a 3.0 however, it's a twin turbo. It took me a while. It was a long road. I was more a behind-the-scenes girl, appreciating them. It's really the aesthetic of, and I think that comes from my fashion background. It's about silhouettes, and I'm all about silhouettes. So it's when I see the 911s, there is just that silhouette that it's just so pure to me. It's so beautiful and it's so clean. Porsche to me, it's like a love of everything it embodies. The funny thing is, I don't know where this came from, this passion within me. My dad did love Porsches, but he didn't really start talking to me about it. You know, I think it was about 13, and he just said, you know, I've always loved Porsches, Carrie. He goes, look at that one right next to us when we're driving. And I said, really? I've always loved that car. And then it kind of created this, wow, this is something that we can bond on, because my mom and I are already best friends at this point. You know, I remember being really, really young, and I heard a race. Of course, it was F1. And I was just like, that sound. And I remember being so young, maybe like 6 or 7, and I had goosebumps. So we would go look at Porsches, but my dad was working so hard all the time. He never got one because he'd never be home, and he didn't want this beautiful Porsche to be a garage queen and just sit around. So finally, I bought him little Porsche Hot Wheels after I had my own since I was a little girl, and I would put one where he parked. And he'd drive up and I'd like be hiding and I'd take pictures of it. I'd say, surprise, Dad, this is your new Porsche. I just bought it for you. And he's like, oh, you know, it wasn't very funny to him. I knew he loved them so much that I was trying to get him to get it. He was so passionate about it, he just didn't have the time to drive it. Right now, I'm actually building a 69 911. Of course, I always wanted a long hood. Had to be an early 911. But my dad's along the way, he's along the ride, and kind of becoming a part of it. That's a beautiful thing. We're now at the point where we're deciding what we're going to put in it. I'm thinking a 3.0. I mean, I can appreciate silhouettes of other things, I can appreciate performance in other things, but it's hands down, it's always a Porsche.